Great morning, Truth Nation. It's cold outside. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie in the building.
Great morning, bruh. How are you doing and feeling today, man?
I'm warm now.
Yeah.
I'm inside.
Yeah.
It's cold outside.
Well, yeah.
What's that song, honey? It's cold outside.
Since you've been gone, baby, it's cold outside
It's
by War.
So many different songs.
Yeah.
And it is cold right now. So y'all make sure that I know, people don't want to do it, but make sure you warm your cars up. Make sure you got gloves on. Make sure you got scarves on if you're going to be outside for longer than 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Make sure all of your skin is covered.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because they saying if you outside for more than 10 minutes, any part of your skin that's exposed,
That's right.
can catch frostbite.
That part. And it is absolutely true. So, yeah, and make sure you check your vehicles, all of that, because, yeah, shoot, even some security cameras, if you got if it's batteries in it, like, it'd be like, hey, it's too damn cold.
Right.
I'll come back when the temperature rises. So I'm just saying all across the board, and we'll have someone who does that will be calling in to talk with us. Talk about that a little bit, bro.
Yeah, we got Doc Ford coming in. Well, he's not coming in. He's going to call in and hit us last night. Said if we wanted to have him say some things about it, he would be happy to do so. So, yeah, Doc Ford does a lot of, CNN interviews, Spectrum interviews, and he's a respected medical official. So he has some information for us.
Right.
He's going to drop on us.
Absolutely. Dealing with this, these frigid temperatures and things to that nature. So, things you can do. But, yeah, also, and I believe that me and Bailey were talking about it a little bit about making sure that you got your water running, like they say, like a pencil drop, just so your pipes don't freeze up.
Pipes don't freeze
up. Yeah. Yep. And even heard something about make sure your basement is heated so your pipes don't.
freeze up.
But we'll talk about that more with Dr. Ford because I'm sure he'll be able to enlighten us on like why these things are important and things that you can do. Mm-hmm. So we got you, Truth Nation. We got you. And especially the fact that we're not only talking about Milwaukee being in a deep freeze, an Arctic blast, and it ain't over just today. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We still got to go through it on tomorrow, but you got places like Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're going through freezes and talking about that they may have power outages that may last up to 5 days.
That's crazy in the middle of a freezing storm. All through the Southeast. My daughters are in school, and one is in Nashville, one is in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And, she's the one in Nashville, Nyla, shout out Nyla. She's hunkering down, sending some money last night for groceries and stuff like that. And then my other one that's in North Carolina, they shut down the whole school because they got an ice storm coming, obviously there, and freezing temperatures. And sometimes in those southern states, they don't know how to deal with that. And I know my daughter was saying in Nashville it's supposed to be like 10 inches of snow today, and then 11 inches tomorrow. That would shut down a seasoned veteran snow plowing municipality like Milwaukee for at least a week. What is going to do to Nashville?
Right.
So
but it's man, the map forecast for it is just kind of crazy. So but the Oscar nods came out, bro, and there's been a lot of talk about the fact that Brandon Neal, he never really gets those kind of Oscar nods, and he's done some great roles in my opinion, but Sinners came in and just kind of knocked the walls down as it relates to getting nominated. So, I mean, they got so many nominations.
They got 16.
Yeah, that if he don't win, you know what I'm saying?
They got 16, and as it's cold outside, it's cold. In those areas of black artistry where they may give you a nomination. That don't mean they're gonna give it to you.
Right.
But it's hard to
16.
It's hard to not give Sinners. They may get. You know how they do in the Academy.
Yeah, I hope they do it sweet.
They'll give them best costume, best scenery or something, but then they won't give them
the big ones,
the best best actor and best director.
Yeah.
So that's the ones that I want them to win. And I mentioned my daughters a second ago. They both saw the movie like 7-8 times. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean 7-8 times once it started streaming.
Right.
I mean 7-8 times in the theater. Mm-hmm. That's how much they loved it. Mm-hmm. I think Michael B. Jordan had a little bit to do with that as well. But they are young women, and But the case being, I hope that they win, and that's just entertainment news. But it's still big for Black people to know that
absolutely
that's happened. I'm a proponent of, we had been getting the shaft by the Oscars for so long that I was like, forget the Oscars, let's do our own thing. We had the BET Awards and things like that. But that's owned by Viacom and this and other. But I'm saying, seriously, do our own. We got enough power, enough money within Hollywood. Y'all start your own thing and just start giving Black people awards for doing Black people stuff.
Well, the NAACP Awards does that. You know what I'm saying? So, and how I feel about things like that, and this has always just been my opinion on it, is if we support, a lot of times we get caught up in, well, that's them, we're going to do our own. And it's like, no, let's just pour into what we got and make it even bigger than, what it may be already. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So, like some people that want to end up starting an organization, but they don't have a newsletter, they don't have a phone system, they don't have this. But there's other organizations that might be doing exactly what you're doing, and they already have a newsletter. And you can even just negotiate, be like, hey, we want to make sure we put at least 1 or 2 or 3 articles in the newsletter or on a page or whatever the case may be. Y'all already got a hotline or a business line? Okay, cool. Then, work together. You know what I'm saying? And that way, I think you get a lot more accomplished instead of trying to reinvent the wheel.
What I'm saying is that, okay, you got with the Oscars, it's supposed to be, Hollywood. And it's supposed to be, that's what they do. And so they pick movies, so they're supposed to be the authority on it, right? Yeah. And I was just saying, like, a Black authority on it. If Black Hollywood decides we are the authority on theatrical releases through the theaters, right? This is what we do. Then they can do it with the NAACP, but they just have to take it over. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And not have, because the NAACP is more so like, okay.
Well, they do movies and TV shows.
But I'm just saying, something specifically as an alternative to what the Oscars do, we do our own thing. But that's just theoretically and hypothetical because they got 16 nominations, so you can't really be mad. Mm-hmm. They done broke the record for nominations for one single movie.
Absolutely.
And deservedly so.
Absolutely.
It's a great movie with so many theories, and we've talked about it here. So many different theories, so many different things that occur in this movie that with layers in it that you got to see it a bunch of times to get everything in it. And that's the type of art I like. Something that's layered, and the first time you see it, you just ain't going to get everything.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But anyway, shout out to Sinners, and shout out to everybody that worked on Sinners who got these 16 nominations.
And I think that, in my opinion, this particular movie and everything in it and the actors and actresses, it comes at a very critical time, in my opinion, where the world is being told to not look out for people of color. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So it's like for that movie to rise above it all, and no matter what race, creed, or color you are, you had to acknowledge, like, you get what I'm saying? So you think about with the Oscars, it's like, with it not being black-based as far as the people that are making these choices and decisions, they couldn't knock the hustle of Sinners.
No, they couldn't.
Right.
And then you got to again, like, to piggyback what you were just saying, you have a movie where some of the subject lines in it deal with race and deal with all of that. And so it's right now with what we're going through is like, here you go.
Absolutely. But we are going to take care of some bills right now. But, of course, because of the Arctic blast that we are going through here right in Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin, but it's not only happening here, it's happening all across the country. So we have someone who has some expertise and some advice with Dr. Ford. So once we take care of these bills, we'll come back with our guest via phone line, Dr. Ford, to talk about these record code things that are going on and some of the resources and things you could do. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We'll be black.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the second annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks. This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Great bitter cold morning.
Bitterly cold.
Bitterly cold. And hopefully your vehicle started for you.
Prayers up for everybody's car.
You know what I mean? Our producer, Rhea Riley, great morning. How are you doing and feeling?
Good morning. I'm all right today.
How did the cold treat you coming in?
My car sounded like an IMAX movie, but it was all right. You made it. We made it.
You said it sounded like an IMAX movie.
So like the little thing they play to let you know you're watching an IMAX movie.
Yeah.
You know, and the sound and Dolby stereo sound and all of that kind of stuff.
It was very clear and concise. It did not feel the cold. That's what you're saying.
You started. That's
all that mattered.
It.
It
Right.
started.
Right.
I was worried about mine. It started, you know.
Well, you know, I was good. You know, I take different procedures when I know that we're going to be faced with something like with the water, making sure that you're running some water just so your pipes don't freeze up. But we're going to get into it even more intense. We are blessed to have via phone line Dr. Chris Ford. And so, Dr. Ford, great morning to you. Love you, appreciate you. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. I'm the legendary Home Blow along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie.
and we want to get some expert advice on people trying to deal with these conditions that are not only here in Milwaukee, but it's going to be across the country that we're going through these Arctic temperatures. And so what's your truth on how we can survive and deal with these things?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, all. Yeah, this cold wave is not just uncomfortable. We see it create real medical emergencies, and every winter, both here in Milwaukee and throughout the country, we see preventable injuries and deaths from cold exposure that don't need to happen. And so during these extreme cold snaps like this one, we want to make sure, as the risk dramatically increases across our city, that we reach out and, give folks some tips on how to stay safe.
So how do we stay safe?
Yeah. So, best practices, right? So you want to make sure as much as you can, this is a different type of cold right now. So, if you don't need to be outside, don't go outside. We know that, for a lot of people who have heart disease, heart attacks, prone to that too, we know that the cold makes you increase, your heart rate. It makes the blood pressure increase. It makes your blood more likely to clot. So if you have heart disease, this combination can trigger heart attacks. It can trigger heart failure, sudden cardiac events. So if you have it, we tell you to stay out as much as you can. For folks who haven't shoveled yet, you want to make sure that if you're prone to any heart disease or prone to any heart attacks, make sure that you're staying in, avoiding that, getting some help if you need to. Many cardiologists in general just recommend people with heart disease to avoid shoveling entirely. So, making those precautions. The biggest thing that we see, though, especially, I've been working this whole week, and even before this cold snap happened, we saw a lot of people with frostbite, right? And so you want to make sure that you cover yourself as much as you can, covering, your ears, your nose, your fingers, making sure that you're wearing some, clean, warm, dry socks as well, because that can sneak up on you and you can end up in a bad strait.
So let me ask you this real quick. If someone thinks that they are, exposed to the temperatures and they may be on the verge of frostbite, and they make it in the house, you bite it. What should they do? Run water over it? What should they do?
Right. So there's two different variants, right? And so frost nip is kind of the beginning stages of frostbite, right? Okay. So frost nip is when you start to feel it, right? That's when you get some of that numbness, you get some tingliness, you may get a little bit of pain, like when you rewarm as well. If you're feeling some of those symptoms, we recommend people to remove themselves from the cold. You want to make sure that you're submerging your hands or your toes or whatever body part that's exposed to it in warm and not hot water, right? So that's water between 100 degrees and 104 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want it to be boiling. You don't want to put your hands in front of like the car radiator, car heater, things of that nature. That dry heat can be dangerous for you. You don't want to rub your extremities too, because sometimes that rubbing can cause some damage to the underlying skin as well. And then we turn the corner when we talk about frostbite, right? And so frostbite is when you're no longer feeling it. A lot of people run into issues when they're outside and their toes get frostbitten because they can't feel it, right? It was painful, and now it's no longer. So we tell people, if you start to notice, some whitish or bluish, grayish, yellow skin, hard or waxy look to the skin, even blistering in some cases, you want to make sure that you go to the emergency department in that instance, because at that point in time when you've entered into frostbite, there's nothing you can really do at home. You just need to see a specialist at that point.
Wow. And a lot of people, how long does it take to get frostbite? Because, we hear different numbers out there. Be like, you can be outside if you're unprotected, or if you don't have your skin covered in different places or whatnot, that within a certain amount of time, you could get extreme frostbite. What are those numbers? What do those numbers look like?
Yeah, when temperatures are like this, so we're expecting today wind chills up to -30, -40, right?
Correct.
And so when you have temperatures like this, you're talking like minutes, right? 10 minutes or so is where you expect to see, you're putting yourself at risk for frostbite. Now that changes for everybody, right? So if you're diabetic, right, if you don't have good blood flow to the extremities at baseline, a lot of people, I know this Wisconsin, and everybody try to stay warm any way they can, but if you're out there drinking too, alcohol actually dilates the blood vessels, right? And so you're losing heat more rapidly than you would, even though you feel warm on the inside, right? And so all those different, characteristics, all those different qualities that can change, but we usually say about 10 minutes or so with exposed skin. So that's why, this is dangerous. It's real out here now. We want to make sure that we're taking proper precautions.
Yeah, that's very, very important. And
You know, I learned something real quick from you, Doctor, for the rubbing of the hands, because that's something we do just by instinct. And some of the things that we do by instinct and we've been doing for forever, seen our parents do it, seen their parents do it, and we just assume it's the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do in that situation. So a lot of the things that we think we should do, we shouldn't do.
Absolutely.
And because you just assume I'm going to put my hands in front of the heater. Dr. Ford just told us dry heat is going to mess you up.
Right.
I'm going to put my hands in hot water.
Right.
That's going to mess you up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here educating us and the Truth Nation and people get educated, because that's the best way to avoid all of these injuries, is to know something.
Yeah, absolutely. And
absolutely.
And so, and it's great to be able to not hear the gossip version, because again, that's why, Dame, a lot of people put their hands in front of the heater. They weren't told that that's a bad thing, and be like, oh well, I'll just put my hands. I just put my hands in some hot water or some warm water.
That's just what you would just think to do.
Right, absolutely. So it's very great to be able to have Dr. Ford on the line with us this morning. And Truth Nation, because we know that there are a lot of people with a lot of different health issues and things of that nature, if you have some questions for Dr. Ford, you can hit us up on our YouTube page, our Truth Talk text line. You can even call in, because we can still have the doctor on the line, and you can call in with your questions as we have to deal with this. We're going to be in this for a minute. We're going to be in this for a minute. And then we're talking about that it may be some snow added to the mix in some of these situations. So that's going to change it. Now, when you say 10 minutes, a question that I want to ask about that, because in that sense, I'm thinking that we're talking about adults. What about our children? Because sometimes I see people on bus stops, and the mother or the father, they bundled up like a snow person. But the children oftentimes, they not, covered the way that they should. A full snowsuit, scarf to where they, you know what I'm saying? None of that. So what should our Truth Nation be aware of when it comes to the children, our children being outside in this brutal cold? Because sometimes they don't even understand. They like, it's outside. I'm off school today. I still want to go outside. Can you give us some information on that?
Yeah, no, we got to protect these babies, right? And so, we all been kids. We all ran out the house without a hat and get yelled at, right? And so, but this ain't the weather to play around with it, right? And so, especially in the babies, we see, they're that vulnerable population. So kids are out, they're grabbing a little bit of snow that's on the ground without gloves, and they're exposing their fingers, they're exposing their ears and their noses, right? And so we see frostbite in kids just as readily as we see it in adults, right? And so you want to make sure, as much as you can, to make sure you bundle them up all the way, because, even though they may have been out there for 5 or 10 minutes, you don't know what they're doing out there for 5 or 10 minutes. They be rolling around in the snow. They're running with their friends, right? They may have wet fingers and may have wet socks, things of that nature that can increase that time, decrease that time that exposure can cause frostbite.
Let me ask you this. So we're talking about children. So an adult, we said 10 minutes. For a child, I would assume, because I don't know the biology of it, but does a child create the same amount of body heat as an adult? And if so, and if not, does their time decrease that they have before they reach that frostbite, frostnip level?
Absolutely, Herb.
Yeah. So, a lot of, especially depending on how big the kid is, right? So if you're talking about like little tiny babies, toddlers, things of that nature, kids up to age 5, you're going to see them more vulnerable because, they don't have as much, as we call that, adipose tissue as an adult would, right? So they're not as hefty as an adult is. So you want to make sure that you're protecting them in that respect too. Also, kids, they don't speak up as often, right, as an adult would, right? They may be holding it in, or if they get to that point of frostbite, they very much may not feel it at all, right? And so you don't know until you go in the house when you see those blisters that form eventually, or you see that skin that looks mottled or waxy, right? And so, again, you got to have your head on the swivel with babies, especially with smaller children, too, that may not be able to tell you in that moment what's going on with them.
At what point does frostbite become irreversible? You know what I mean? Because I've seen people where it's like they toes black or they fingers are black.
I think at that point,
and does that mean that amputation or something like that is shortly thereafter?
Yeah, so once you get to that point, where you start to see, the toes being black and the fingers being black, that's a point, where you want to get your burn service involved, because there can be, essentially the risk of amputation. We consider frostbite in the same way that we consider burns, right? And so they're staging, you hear like first, second, third degree, fourth degree burns. We consider frostbite in the same straits. Our burn surgeons at the hospitals that I work at, they call it frost burn in that respect, right? And so once you get to that stage 4 deep frostbite, that's when you start seeing that necrotic or that blackish tissue there, and that is when you can risk losing that digit, right? But we want to make sure that we're getting to you when you start getting to that frost nip stage, which is like, that stage 2 frostbite, when you start to see that reddish color of the skin, you start to have that feeling, because that's your body telling you, hey, man, something's going on here. You need to get inside, right?
Yep. If you got time, we would love to have you hang on as we get ready to take care of some bills. Do you still have a little time for us?
Oh, absolutely. I got you.
All right. This is Dr. Ford. Again, you're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. If you have to be out and about, if you haven't been told that you ain't got to come in or school's closed, don't go. Currently, right now here in Milwaukee, we're minus 12 with a wind chill of 35 degrees below zero. We got to take care of some bills. We'll be black.
When the winter chill sets in, Milwaukee turns up the wonder. From January 22nd to February 1st, 2026, Milwaukee Museum Days invites you to unlock the city's cultural treasures at special admission prices, up to 25% off many top attractions. Explore world-class art, local history, hands-on science, and one-of-a-kind Milwaukee experiences. Pair your museum visits with Milwaukee Hotel Month deals for the ultimate winter escape. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/museum days.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
Yes, thanks, Vinny. On I-94 East, it's starting to clear up a little bit from this morning's two-car crash from 13th Street to I-794 East at the ramp from I-43 North. Because of that crash, if you are coming into the area and it's still a little bit of backup, I would recommend taking 310A, which leads to Ember Lane, or 310B, which goes up to that Green Bay I-43 merger, and you can get off on those exits into the Milwaukee area if needed. Otherwise, if you're getting the head start, 309B also is an exit you can take as well, which leads to St. Paul Avenue. Otherwise, it's pretty clear right now across the region. Taking a look at the weather, extreme cold warning until 1 p.m. today for all of southeast Wisconsin, and cold weather advisory until 12 p.m. Saturday for all southeast of Wisconsin. An extreme cold warning continues until 6 a.m. Saturday for Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, Dodge, Washington, and Ozaukee counties. Today, sunny, windy, dangerously cold with a high of 4 below, and wind chills getting to about 25 to 35 below. Tonight, mostly clear and cold with lows of 11 below, and wind chills getting to about 20 to 35 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Nazir Spencer on 1017 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance, a place that believes in who they can become. At Milwaukee College Prep, we set the bar high with strong character, high expectations, and academic excellence. Starting as early as age 3, Milwaukee College Prep scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee because we believe every child can achieve greatness. And the best part, it's tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, because Milwaukee College Prep is where brilliance begins. Welcome, Black, to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM, The Truth. I am the legendary Homer Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie, in the building.
And on the line, we have Dr. Chris Ford. Shout out to Andrew. We're going to let him ask some questions as well. And then me and Dame have something that we'd also like to ask Dr. Ford. So, Dr. Ford, welcome, Black, with us. Andrew is also one of our producers here at Good Karma Brand, The Truth. Great morning first, Andrew. How you doing?
Morning, Homer.
Love you, appreciate you. If you had a couple of questions that you could ask the doctor, what would they be?
Doc, I walk to work every day. I live about 3-ish blocks away from the station. It's really cold out today. What should I be doing to make sure that I'm not freezing to death when I walk to work?
Because he got on just a brewer's hat right now, like actual cap. Like, you know what I mean?
Dr. Ford, my brother Andrew has on a brewer's cap. As soon as I saw him, I said, "Where is your hat?" And I was like, "You better get you a hat with a little furry ball on the top, brother."
He got his ears pink like a little piglet.
His ears.
You better learn.
So,
I tell you, brewers make all types of hats, Andrew. So you got to make sure you're dressing appropriatly, right? Especially, Dane said you start to have some of that pinkish appearance to you. I don't know, probably Rhea that said that, but you want to make sure that you're bundling up, right? So, you want to make sure you cover all of your extremities. Make sure we see commonly the ears, the noses that get frostbitten first, fingers, anything exposed. So even though you're out for a couple blocks, you want to make sure that you cover your head, you cover your hands too. Dress in several layers, dress warmly if you go out, because again, it can get real before you know it is with this type of temperature.
What else you got, Andrew? You done heard and got your advice, man, so you know what to do.
Sounds like I need to go shopping this weekend and get more bundled up clothes, guys.
Yeah. What else you got?
So I guess my other question is, right? So I drive a car, I have it outside. It's not in the elements necessarily, but it's in like a parking garage, it's open air. What should I be doing to make sure that, I'm good to go in that front?
Yeah, so you want to the biggest thing about this type of cold too is you want to make sure you're planning ahead, right? So, I always recommend that you test your car out, make sure that you're warming your car up before you get going. As Rhea said, her car sounded like the IMAX this morning, right? So you want to make sure that if you're healing, your car is working hard just like your body's working hard too. One thing that if you go on the Milwaukee County website, they talk about warming centers as well. So for anybody who needs access to that, you can dial 211. That can tell you where all the warming centers are there, too. They also have recommendations about making sure in cold snaps like this, because we're expecting, the next couple of days to be like this, too. Make sure that you have warm blankets in your car. Make sure that you have an emergency kit. So that's high-calorie foods. Making sure that you have at least about 2 or 3 days worth of water at your home, perhaps water and a little bit of food in your car in case you get stuck somewhere, too. So, again, just kind of all hands on deck, making sure that you're preparing for the worst in these situations.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. All right. And speaking of warming centers, Dr. Ford, Dame has pulled up the list of some of the warming centers that are here in the city and around the city that people can go to because, sometimes even though there's Arctic cold temperatures, some people that are, less fortunate or homeless, they don't want to accept. They like, no, I'm good. But it's like, no, you will die out here. But it's always important to still let people know where these places are. And that's why I was glad that you ended up going there because we were going to absolutely do a rundown of some of the warming centers here in the city.
For all the Truth Nation listeners, I'm assuming y'all, if you listen to the radio, you're somewhere warm listening to the radio. But it's as you go about your daily travels, if you see somebody out on the streets, ask them if, like I heard Kyle say this earlier, ask them if they need help. Right. Ask them if they want you to make a call for them for something, and, and even if they, I ain't saying you got, but maybe they need a ride to one of these centers, but you need to know where these centers are so you can give out that information. And the more that we know, the more we can help those who don't know. So for men only, it's the Guest House of Milwaukee at 1216 North 13th Street, open all day, open until whenever is open. And then you got Milwaukee Rescue Mission, 830 North 19th Street. You can call 414-935-0240. Those are for men only. And then for singles, you got Repairs of the Breach, 1335 West Valise Street. You got St. Ben's Parish, 930 West State Street. You got St. Vincent.
And about them, they're open 24 hours up until January 25th.
There you go.
St. Ben's, yep.
There you go. And for St. Vincent de Paul, you got 931 West Madison Street. They're open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. You got Unity Lutheran Church, 1025 East Oklahoma Avenue. Open all day on January 23rd, open until noon on the 24th and the 25th. So for everyone, remember those locations.
And if you forget, just call 211. And you can get a rundown of all of those locations and probably some more locations that we didn't mention.
Yep. And so just familiarize yourself with that stuff. So then if you run across somebody and just see them out there and they look cold, hey, man, go. This is where you can go. They may not know. And they may just be looking for someplace to go.
Yep. So, Dr. Ford, any last advice that you would have for Truth Nation?
Yeah, know that there's no shame in going to these warming centers. Right now this cold exposure is a serious threat, and no one in Milwaukee should have to suffer or die from something this preventable. And so a simple check on a neighbor, especially your elderly neighbors, elderly family members, you don't know if their heat stopped working in the middle of the night, furnace stopped working, et cetera. A simple check can save a life. And so, a little bit of prevention is always better than treatment that we can provide in the hospital. So we just want everybody to take the precautions, stay warm, stay safe, and take care of each other.
All right. Thank you very much. And you stay warm. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Dr. Ford.
Appreciate you. All right. We appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah, man. It's real. It is real. So please don't take this lightly. Like some people are like, oh, it ain't even cold. Listen, it is so bitterly cold outside. When you inhale, you feel it. Yeah. Like you feel it. Like, like you're getting ready to turn into a frozen statue or something. It's like, no, So that lets you know. And if you have to be out and about, again, just make sure that you are properly dressed. You warm your vehicle up. You can warm that vehicle up before just having to jump into the cold vehicle. Please do so because it is no joke. The reason why we were blessed to be able to have Dr. Ford on is because it's that serious and it's that real. And we love you and care about you that much that we don't want you to send your children out. Like I say, there's no school, so children shouldn't be out there on a bus stop. And if you didn't hear about it, and there's no school. MPS is shut down. A lot of other places are also closed. But again, we battled through, because we needed to be here for Truth Nation. So we got to get ready to take care of some bills. But don't forget, coming up at 8 a.m., it's What the Business Is on Truth in the Morning, powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on. You'll be able to call in at 8 a.m. at 833-212-1017 to shout out your very own Black-owned business or a Black-owned business that you love. And you can also shout out your upcoming event. So that's at 8 a.m. What the Business Is, sponsored and powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on. Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. We'll be black.
Never miss a moment of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the new 101.7 The Truth.
You know who's responsible for those kids' safety? Everybody at Waterford High School. The police, the law, decency, morality is responsible for those kids' safety. Had the Rufus King High School students been physically attacked, that's not the fault of the coach. That's blaming the victim. Come on, you know better than that. It would be the fault of the attacker.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app. Whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew, let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, they nurture that spark from age 3 through 8th grade, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of their students face economic hardship, but that does not define them. At MCP, they see students' potential, and they help them live up to that potential. 4 campuses, 1 mission. College and beyond, MCP is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
More of Truth in the Morning is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, great morning, great bitter cold morning, and we are here to make sure that we keep you informed. So we'll make sure that we'll keep you updated on the current temperatures. Again, right now it is 13 below with a wind chill factor of 35 below zero. Mm-hmm. So please, if you don't have to go out, don't do it. Work from home. And some people may go out and you find out that your car is not starting or whatnot. Listen, this ain't nothing to play with. This ain't the time to go out there and try to play mechanic. you already cold. You're touching cold parts on your engine or trying to figure it out. Like, no, you had to figure that out at a different time. You feel what I'm saying? And go and do it, Uber, Lyft, whatever you might have to do. Phone a friend. This vehicle is working, but don't be outside for an extended period of time at all. These wind chill numbers are no joke. The minus 13 degrees currently right now, that's no joke. That is no joke, and it's not meant for us to be out there. But speaking of how cold it is, ice.
It's cold. It's cold for ice as well, and now we talking about ice, but and their follies and the things that they've done, right?
Yeah.
But ICE is under the Department of Homeland Security. Christy Gnomes or whatever her name is, the Barbie, whatever. I'm gonna say something derogatory, but it's too cold to be thinking funny. She's over that. Well, we talked earlier about what's happening in the Southeast and what's happening in the South. Those are all emergency situations, right? Where you get 2 feet of snow in Nashville. That's an emergency situation. You get the bitterly cold freezing that's happening in North Carolina, the places that aren't used to it. Those are emergency situations. Even here, the stuff that's happening here could be emergency situations. Well, on January 1st, New Year's Eve last year of this year, there's this group of FEMA employees. They're called the core employees, and those are the regional employees that know the area. They work on 2 to 4 year contracts, and they know the area. A bunch of them got told they would no longer be needed, right?
Wow.
And it's like, it wasn't 8,000 of them, but it was only like a couple hundred of them that got told they will no longer be needed. But and so that CORE stands for a cadre of on-call response and recovery teams.
Okay.
Those are the first responders when things go wrong.
Okay.
And so that's what we're dealing with right now, things going wrong. Now, Trump and them is trying to call these people back. Oh, we didn't mean to fire you 3 weeks ago, because now we need you to come help us in this situation where FEMA is going to have to step in some of these situations. This just shows another example of our administration that we have in that White House, in our White House, that doesn't see the bigger picture and only sees what they want to see. Why would you fire people in the middle of the winter that are the first responders to situations like this? Because there's no institutional knowledge. They fired everybody. They got these people in position. They moved people up that are the only requirement is being loyal to Trump. And if that's the only requirement, then what you need to know, you don't know. And in this case, what they needed to know, they didn't know. And in a lot of situations that we are running into as it pertains to dealing with the federal government is institutional knowledge being wiped out because of all of these firings, because they firing the black people, they firing the women, they firing the Latinos, they firing anybody that's not loyal to Trump.
Right. And people who are experts in what their job positions were.
Absolutely. Expert.
And being replaced by incompetent people that don't know a damn thing about the jobs and the positions that they are being put in.
And that's the case here, because a lady was moved up the ladder, and I'm assuming it was the same way. She was someone that was loyal to Trump, and somebody that wasn't loyal to Trump was let go. And here she comes moving up the ladder, and she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know the ins and outs of it all. And so you have a vacuum of intellectual knowledge of these types of disasters. But who is hurt at the end of it? The people get hurt.
That's right.
So again, Department of Homeland Security, where ICE is giving all of this money, you make cuts in the stuff where people need the help.
Yep.
You make cuts in the core of FEMA that goes out, the boots on the ground in situations like this that are going to be needed in North Carolina. They're going to be needed all throughout the Southeast. They're going to be needed here in some situations. You cut those people because, again, you don't really care about the people.
That's right.
none of the actions that you do seem to show that you care about the people.
That's right.
You only care about those that are loyal to you
Mm-hmm.
and those that you think are loyal to you.
That's
and
it.
In this situation, here we go again. But now they're trying to correct it, and this is why I bring this up. Now they're trying to correct it and call these people back.
Crazy.
If you those people, you coming back? I don't know. I may come back for the money, but I'm like, you made your bed, you lay in it. But the people need your help. This, that, and that's when they play on humanity. I was listening to you and Bailey yesterday, and y'all were talking about why black people always help white people and stuff like that. And you were saying, it's humanity.
Mm-hmm.
We have this human part of us.
Yep.
And it pulls at us. And that's what they're going to use that against these people when they come back.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And I know you would understand it. Like that's it. It's like, you deserve another chance. You deserve, and it's to a detriment to us. You feel what I'm saying? From being able to do what we really need to do. All MKE and Kiana S. Williams, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. As a code piece here, she was saying, hey, chat, I drive for a transit company, and I just learned, and she was like, mind blown, and didn't know to keep your key fob wrapped up in a towel that knows it's working and keep your car started right away. So you're supposed to wrap it up in a towel. That's some information I didn't know that.
Yeah, if y'all know little tidbits of information, put it in the chat.
Now, I know how to put, if you don't want people to come, like, how they can try to get close to your vehicle and your keys may be in the house, but they have the different little controllers and whatnot, and they may be able to try to, use the signal or whatever. You can put it in aluminum foil. And it kills all of that. They won't be able to utilize that. So if you put your key fob, if you're at home and your car is in the garage or your keys may be hanging somewhere close to the vehicle, if you put your key fob in aluminum foil, they won't be able to get through that. All MKE, great morning, love you, appreciate you. Said they chose all suits instead of keeping the shop folks, and now they're realizing the ineptitude. All MKE also said it's pretty embarrassing, quite honestly. They fired at least 20 years of knowledge, and most isn't coming black simply because they don't have the complexion for a connection.
Mm-hmm.
No lies detected, bro.
No lies detected. And this is another situation where the lack of leadership has come to bite us in the ass. Because a good leader is going to see the future and see what could happen. Not see the future, but you see things coming. You read the tea leaves. You see what's going to happen. This may happen. We're going to need these people.
Right.
But you want to give all the money to ICE so they can, harass 5-year-olds.
It's FAFO, man. A lot of people are FAFOing.
And ICE is getting more money than anybody else, and they have made cuts across the board, but ICE is getting money that nobody else is getting, where we suffer in situations like this because those in those positions no longer have the money to do the things that they need to do to help us.
Real talk. Shout out to our YouTube page. Great morning, Ari and Kawanda. Love you, appreciate you, sister Lorena Star Marie. Great morning, love you, appreciate you, Ashley. Great morning, love you, appreciate you, Willie Jones. Great morning, love you, appreciate you, Sir Chauncey. Great morning, love you, appreciate you, and everybody that's just checking in. We just want you to know, Isaac, great morning, love you, appreciate you, and we see you, and we appreciate you joining in the discussion. It's almost time. It's almost time, Dame. It's almost time for what the business is on Truth in the Morning, which is powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on. So if I was you, I'd start calling right now just so you can make sure that you get in for what the business is, powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on. Call in right now at 833-212-1017 to shout out your very own black-owned business or a black-owned business that you love. That is 833-212-1017. Call in now and shout out your business or upcoming event, because at 8 a.m., it is time for What the business is. We got to take care of some bills on Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We'll be black.
On Saturday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers continue their road trip as they travel to Ohio to take on the Youngstown State Penguins.
Shows it, drives, drop it off for Big Frank inside, and Aaron scores. 12 points and 10 rebounds for Aaron Franklin. Corner, Aguilar for the tie, book it!
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock. Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and Elizabeth Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 101.7 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk, 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Check it out one time.
Truth Nation. Great morning. Great bitterly cold morning. Great bitterly cold morning. Currently, it is 13 degrees below zero with a wind chill factor of 35 below zero. So it's cold, but it's warm in the studio. It's warm in the studio. And, of course, on the lines, it's time for What the Business Is.
What the business is.
Yeah.
We all here for our men and our women and our kids. Everybody, what the business is. You got the business, let me know what it is. Hey, what the business is. You got the business, let me know what it is. Come on.
That's right. What the business is on Truth in the Morning is powered by Wheat Energies, energy you can depend on. Call in right now at 833-212-1017 to shout out your very own black-owned business or a black-owned business that you love. That is 833-212-1017. Call in right now to shout out your business or upcoming event. So hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Without further ado, Dame, it's time to get ready to go to the True Talk text lines at 833-212-1017. We've got Tara. Tara, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Welcome to What the Business Is. Can you tell us what the business is?
Yes, good morning. It's Tyra over at Promising Young Women. Promising Young Women is a group home that caters to teen girls ages 12 to 18 years of age. As of right now, we are hiring for residential care workers. We're looking for individuals that have experience working with teen girls and that can be CPR certified as well as trained in CBRF training. So anyone that's interested in employment with Promising Young Women, please feel free to email your resumes over to admin, ADMIN, at promisingyoungwomen.org. And that's admin at promisingyoungwomen.org.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call at 414-651-1357.
All right, cool. Appreciate that. And continue to do great work. We're going to Nicole with Pretty Girls Are Educated. Great morning, Nicole. Love you. Appreciate you. What the business is. Can you tell us what the business is?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having this platform and this opportunity to speak to you all today. I am Nicole Goins. I am the proud founder and executive director of Pretty Girls Are Educated, which is an international youth mentorship program for girls ages 6 to 18 based here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Today, I want to share with our city, the world, our inaugural Girl You Are Worth Something fundraising gala, which is coming up right around the corner, April 18th, 2026 at the Denizen MKE, which is located at 4227 West Valete Street, right here in Milwaukee. This will be a memorable night, a great experience for our girls. We are looking for sponsors to send a deserving scholar, young woman, again, ages 6 to 18, to our, memorable night. Sponsorship is available via our website, which is prettygirlsareeducated.org, where tickets can be purchased, tables, and all of that good stuff. So we appreciate the support of the community and look forward to seeing you all there.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. We'll go to Tiffany Moore, More Affordable Credit. Great morning, Tiffany. Love you. Appreciate you. What the business is. Can you tell us what the business is?
Good morning, and thank you very much. We are More Affordable Credit, a credit restoration and financial education company. Tomorrow, January 24th, 1 to 3 p.m., we are having our first credit conversations of the year. If credit confuses you, if you have a credit score that starts in the 4, 5, or 6s, if you have high interest rates on your vehicle or your home loans, Credit Conversations is the place to be. That is tomorrow. It will be held at Moscone Place. The address is 320 East Center Street, and that is tomorrow from 1 to 3. We hope you are there, and we look forward to assisting making your credit more affordable in 2026.
So if I got a bad credit score, there's a chance that I could get a better credit score, and I just probably don't know what the hell I need to do. So I might need to come to Credit Conversations.
Exactly.
All right. So do I just walk in? I got to register.
There was a registration, but now you can just walk in. We want to impact as many people as we can, so the doors are open.
Let me ask you this real quick. What's the number one thing to do to get your credit raised?
The number one thing to do is first know where you stand. A lot of people don't even know how to pull their credit. So let's pull your credit. Let's see what's out there. You may not have any credit. So knowing your individual situation is what will assist with getting your credit score raised.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you very much. Again, 833-212-1017. You're in the midst of What the Business Is, sponsored and powered by We Energies. Energy you can depend on, where you can call in and shout out your very own Black-owned business or Black-owned business you love, or an upcoming event that you may have. Samantha, Team TL365. Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. What the business is. Can you tell us what the business is?
Definitely. Good morning, everyone. Gratitude, a morning blow. Thank you so much. The business is this. Team TL365, along with Blessed by Design and also Patrice Macbeth Consulting, we have created a collective for survivors and thrivers. And this Sunday, we're having our monthly domestic violence and sexual assault support group, and it will be located at Blessed by Design, at 5161 North Hopkins Street in Milwaukee. I'll share the flyer on our Teen Teal 365 Facebook page and our Instagram. And we just want every survivor to know in this space, this is not just a group. This is a movement because everyone should thrive and heal, and we are here to stand together. So again, I'm Samantha with Teen Teal 365 Inc., and we are a nonprofit organization that validates and educates and helps survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, along with sex trafficking navigate through these things that we call healing.
Yeah, hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Thank you for that great information. And, yeah, people, make sure you support those things because, again, there is a need. There's a need. So when you got people who are answering the call and people saying, well, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know what to do about that. You got people that are caring and they are concerned to try to make sure that you are all good. Again, right now, in the midst of what the business is on Truth in the Morning, powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on. Call in right now, 833-212-1017, so we can end up finding out what the business is, your Black-owned and operated business or a business that you support, and be like, they do great business, and yeah, we just want to shout them out, or you got an upcoming event. We're going to our What the Business Is lines right now. We've got Patrice with Calm Wellness Services. Great morning, Patrice. Love you, appreciate you. What the business is? Can you tell us what the business is?
I love that. I can't wait for that to be an official song.
It's gonna be
Good morning,
it's gonna be a
y'all.
banger, ain't it? It's gonna be a banger.
It is. That's fire. It's very encouraging for entrepreneurs. Very encouraging. Just wanted to again say good morning to you all, and then invite you to visit Calm Wellness Services, located at 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. I am a licensed massage therapist who is a strong advocate for reminding people that massage is not a luxury, it is a lifestyle, and that especially in our community, how we've been taught to get to us when we can, that especially in this day and age, it is time to change that narrative and focus on turning our wellness into a necessity so that we can be available to be the best version of ourselves for our family, our friends, our loved ones, and of course, do the best in our work. If you want to learn more about getting massage or getting an appointment, I invite you to visit my website at wellcalm.com. That's WELKALM.com. If you are free this Sunday and you are a woman, I have to say that specifically, we are doing some product testing and sharing for one of the brands that I've invited into the facility as one of the specialty products that we'll be offering. If you'd like to know more about that, you can inbox me on Facebook at Calm Wellness Services, or you can visit the website again, which is Wellcalm, WELKALM.com.
Well, Patrice must be real busy, and the reason I say that, man, I've been trying to get in for a minute, man. So she obviously
it's just for the ladies.
No, not that. What the hell? No. Just massage, man. Yeah, but because you ever have some pain in one leg, and you get that taken care of, like, okay, I'm good. And the other leg be like, you've been working me to death.
Nice.
And now it's, man, listen, man. And I know it's something that great massage therapy would end up taking care of, but here I limp.
Yeah,
I limp. So I don't know. I got to figure out a way to get on her calendar. But it's a great sign. That means she's busy. You feel what I'm saying?
There you go.
She busy. So that's a blessing.
That means people know what the business is.
That's it. And she done told us what the business is.
Shout out to Patrice.
All right. Still got time for a few more calls or a couple of more calls. 833-212-1017. Your chance to call in now on Truth in the Morning, powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on. 833-212-1017. Let us know. And shout out your very own Black business or Black-owned business that you love and support, or an upcoming event. Dame, if you had a couple of businesses that you'd like to shout out, what would they be?
I was just thinking that most of them, shout out to, Ambrose Place offices, the mentoring place, servicing a lot of, it's a black woman that owns that. They do great work in the community. Shout out to
Fruition.
Absolutely. I was just going to
beat me to it. Go ahead.
No, shout out to Fruition. And they just had a break-in the other day, so y'all
and the community has been stepping up.
Y'all make sure y'all go back and stay supporting them, because
shout out to Tiffany.
She's chosen to be in the neighborhood. I live around the corner from there. Chosen to be in the neighborhood, and we want to keep them in the neighborhood, and y'all make sure y'all support that type of stuff.
Yep. Shout out to Cheryl McCarter, Prolific Realty Group. If you're trying to get a home, she's a realtor. 414-305-7880. Cheryl, Prolific Realty Group. Again, 414-305-7880. Give her a call if you're looking for a home, or you're looking for, building, or whatever you might be trying to purchase.
Absolutely.
So hashtag that part, hashtag facts. But
shout out to all the realtors. I know a lot of realtors, people that are selling properties and stuff like that. So shout out to all of them that's out here doing that. And support your black realtor.
That part. You've been listening to What the Business Is on Truth in the Morning, powered by We Energies, energy you can depend on, every Friday morning at 8 a.m. We got to get ready to take care of some bills, and we'll be black.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Hey Journey team, it's me, Coach Erica. Happy New Year. Are you ready? Because the time is now to begin your journey to success. This is your season to level up. Keep striving, keep pushing, and keep doing. No more waiting, no more excuses. Your journey starts today. For more information or to connect with me, visit ericaodomjourney.com. That's ericaodomjourney.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
It starts with a spark, and at Milwaukee College Prep, that spark turns into something extraordinary. From age 3 through 8th grade, MCP nurtures brilliance, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of students face economic hardship, but that doesn't define them. Because at MCP, every child's potential shines. With 4 campuses and one powerful mission, college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, where Milwaukee's future begins to shine.
Welcome, Black to Truth in the Morning. We are coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. Temperature update, of course. I'm going to keep you abreast because it is bitterly cold, and it doesn't stop today. It goes into tomorrow as well. We are still currently at minus 13 below zero with a wind chill factor of 36 below zero. So again, this is no joke. This is no joke. So please don't take it lightly, because the sun is even supposed to come out. Probably around the 9 o'clock hour, we'll have sun. But there's a song that say, "Don't let the sunshine fool you." Mm-hmm. Don't let the sunshine fool you. So, it is brutal. It is brutal outside. And if you don't have to go out, schools aren't in, so you don't have to go out. Please don't go out. Please don't go out.
And if you got to go out because you got to go to work, wrap your face up, wrap everything up.
That's it.
And don't just think, because anything can happen. A car could break down. Anything can happen. And be prepared for anything to happen.
Right.
Don't be caught out here slipping.
Real talk. Real talk. Now, there's a situation with a Barada property here in Milwaukee, and that's the first time we've heard that name, huh?
Yeah, that's a new name. Who is this Barada guy?
yeah, we haven't heard that. And although I'm just sending a clip, we may be able to play the CBS 58 clip. We may not, because I just submitted it, but I wanted to definitely tell you about what's going on. It says the headline reads, "Horrifying. Milwaukee Department of Neighborhood Services says no heat and water causes dozens to evacuate apartment. An entire apartment building in Milwaukee is being forced to temporarily close its doors, leaving dozens of people without a home tonight. The Milwaukee Department of Neighborhood Services, DNS, says the people living in the apartment complex near North 29th Street and West Wisconsin Avenue have been without water and heat for days. Days. Water and heat.
Let me just interject right
Yes,
here.
please do.
As a former Department of Neighborhood Service employee and building inspector, I would be probably, if they got, sometimes I would go to these properties like this. Not this one particularly because it's all residential, but if it had a commercial aspect, I would inspect those. I'm saying all that to say, days without heat and water in the middle of the winter is a terrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I oftentimes have to tell people, why didn't y'all call beforehand? Mm-hmm. Well, we was calling the landlord and we was doing this and we was doing that. Just call DNS straight off the bat. Because if you get that landlord time, he's going to take as long as he can and not fix your heat. Carry on, brother.
Yeah, and that was great information. You know what I'm saying? Coming from just the knowledge of why it's so important to make those calls, because I'm a strong proponent of, like, call them.
Right, and if anybody is without heat right now, call 286-CITY, ask for the Department of Neighborhood Services. Now, the city might be closed, City Hall might be closed, but them building inspectors got to be there. And so somebody is going to be there, 286-CITY, ask for the DNS complaint line. They'll give it to you and make that complaint. I tell people that all the time. Complain first, then ask your landlord to fix something. Because if you ask him to fix something and he don't do it, he's on the clock already with DNS. And DNS is going to give him time to fix it. But if he don't, now you done waited 3-4 days and he ain't fixed it. Now you got to wait another 3 days for once he gets the DNS order. So call DNS straight out. There you go.
That part. Yeah, and just for those who had a chance to see the brother on the news talking about it, I saw that Alderwoman Charlene Moore ended up going by and she made a live Facebook Live social media video just talking about how appalling it was that it went down like that. Okay. We do have the CBS 58 clip, so you can not only hear us talking about it, but you can see it, and it's just inhumane. You get what I'm saying? It's inhumane. So producer Rhea Riley has been able to grab that clip.
I want to see which building this is
for this story. Producer Rhea, you can go ahead and run that clip.
All right, developing tonight, an entire apartment building in Milwaukee is being forced to temporarily close its doors, leaving dozens of people without a home tonight.
Yeah, this is brutal. The Milwaukee Department of Neighborhood Services tells us people living in the building have been without water and heat for days during this extreme cold weather. Andy Bernhardt talked to people that live there and has the latest.
The Department of Neighborhood Services tells me more than 40 people have had to leave this building you see right here behind me near North 29th Street and West Wisconsin Ave because this apartment has become unsafe to live in.
Overnight, very cold, you have to wrap up.
Robert James says he's lived in this apartment building for 2 years now and says for the last almost 4 months, he's had no heat.
You know, mostly everybody is buying a heater up in here, you know, to stay warm. You know, I see people in the hallway wrapped up in their covers and blankets.
The Department of Neighborhood Services says 2 days ago they were informed the building had no heat and no water, giving the owners 48 hours to fix it.
We've communicated with them. We've given them 48 hours, but unfortunately those 48 hours expired, and now we're dealing with a situation of entering much colder weather than we have right now. And it's just going to get worse.
Thursday, the DNS shut the building down, causing more than 40 people to leave their homes, which were ruled unlivable.
What it's generating is a life safety issue when we have weather like this, and we're entering a weekend with worse weather of having residents with no heat and no water.
The DNS says the building had pipes burst and leak, even finding a car frozen in the garage. The apartment complex is owned by Barada Properties, who's had issues in the past, something District 10 Alderwoman Charlene Moore says has not gone unnoticed.
There's only so much legally that the city of Milwaukee can do. We're still looking at and fighting for other options to hold landlords like Barada and anyone else, you know, accountable for making sure that if you are going to be in the business of housing our residents, we want you to be a responsible landlord, period, point blank.
We reached out to Barada Properties lawyer Joe Goldberger about the current state of the building, and he said he had no comment. As for how long until residents can get back into their homes, Alderman Moore says it could be a while.
And when I reached out to one of the staffers from Barada, they said we ordered the part. I have no idea how long it's going to take, and so days could be weeks. We have no idea.
The DNS says those that were displaced from this apartment are being placed in a hotel temporarily, but they say that they worry that they could get more calls like this as more colder temperatures are on the way. Back to you.
You know, first, that's appalling, but also I believe, and I don't know if it's possible, Dame, you know, you have more experience in that area, but I believe that Barada should have to pay for their hotel stays as long as they have to stay. If that ends up being a month, 2 months, the city, we should not have to take up the tab for, you know, so that yeah, because it definitely needs to happen. If it wasn't going to, it definitely, that should all fall on Barada.
That's definitely going to happen. They may pay, the city may pay emergency funds for some of those people to go to, if they don't have any place to go to a hotel or something like that, or they work with, in those situations when I've had to placard a building, you work with community advocates, you work with some of the other organizations to try to place them someplace immediately. And in those cases where they can't do it and they just go to it, or if they say, I want to come back to this building, then they go to a hotel, because when they leave, they get to terminate their lease and stuff like that because of what's happening. And so then they go to another building and you put them in someplace else, but some of them want to come back. What I want to say is the fact that the pipe had bust in the basement and the car was frozen.
It didn't even look real.
And this brother's talking about he ain't had heat for 4 months means this building conceivably for 4 months, because all of that stuff is interconnected, right? In those types of buildings. So this building conceivably hasn't had heat all winter. Right. And you can give, as a building owner, you can give someone space heaters and pass out space heaters to keep it warm in the building, but that's only a temporary fix.
And it becomes a fire hazard.
And it becomes a fire hazard, right, but that's only a temporary fix. You talking about you've ordered the part and it's going to take some time to get there. That's not good enough. That's not a good enough response for someone with the resources of a Barada property.
Right.
That's not a good. You are someone that is making millions of dollars a day.
That part, bruh.
You're making millions of dollars a day on all of these properties that you have.
Man.
When you add it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the resources to fly that part in.
Absolutely.
You have the resources to send someone. If this part is someplace in Oklahoma or whatever, or needs to be made, and you have to pay extra money.
Tariffs, I don't care. You got the money to do it.
You got the money to do it, fam. And so because you don't want to do it, 40 people are left with, and they saying it's 40 people, but I guarantee you it's more than that.
That's right.
That's just the 40 people in these apartment buildings. It's probably a 40-unit apartment building or something like that. I don't know. But then you multiply that by 3 or 4 all
Absolutely,
the time.
absolutely.
So you got upwards of 80 to 90 people that are left homeless because you just don't want to go get the part?
Right.
You don't want to pay attention to this property? You have the resources to fix this property. You understand what I'm saying?
Man.
You can't say you're not aware of it.
Right.
And this is why I tell people off top, that brother that didn't have any heat in that video, he should have called DNS off top.
Right.
I don't have heat. Okay, and then your landlord may get mad, but they need to understand that you putting them on the clock right now.
That's right.
You don't have, I'm not working with you about this heat. I don't have heat. And if the pipe done bust, then some people don't have water. Like they said.
And it showed, like no water, no heat.
That's a deplorable condition for somebody. That's something for a landlord that just owns that one property. They're just getting by. So if they lose a little bit of rent here, they may not have the money to fix that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about Barada properties.
Right. This man, and I forgot the exact size of it, but I know that Sherwin Hughes on Truth with Sherwin Hughes talked about the man's private plane that's almost as big as Air Force One.
Yeah, he had a private plane, fam.
Plane, not jet.
He's had one
plane.
And he's had one for a while.
That part. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Truth Nation, we want to hear from you. 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk and text line. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. We got to take care of bills, and we'll be back.
When the winter chill sets in, Milwaukee turns up the wonder. From January 22nd to February 1st, 2026, Milwaukee Museum Days invites you to unlock the city's cultural treasures at special admission prices, up to 25% off many top attractions. Explore world-class art, local history, hands-on science, and one-of-a-kind Milwaukee experiences. Pair your museum visits with Milwaukee Hotel Month deals for the ultimate winter escape. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/museum days.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
On I-43 north, about a mile beyond I-43 east, the two right lanes are blocked due to a car fire that happened about an hour ago. It seems like they are on scene still. The two lanes on the left side are still open, so you can still get on to Howard Avenue exit if you are needed to get to that area. And I-94 east is still closed from 13th Street to I-794 east at the ramp from I-43 near the downtown area. Because of a car crash this morning, I would recommend taking 310A or 310B to get on to avoid those closures on I-94 East. Otherwise, across the system, it's looking pretty clear. High freeway speeds. Taking a look at the weather, extreme cold warning until 1 p.m. today for all of southeast Wisconsin, and cold weather advisory until 12 p.m. Saturday for all southeast of Wisconsin. An extreme cold warning continues until 6 a.m. Saturday for Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, Dodge, Washington, and Ozaukee counties. Today, sunny, windy, dangerously cold with a high of 4 below and wind chills getting to about 25 to 35 below. Tonight, mostly clear and cold with lows of 11 below and wind chills getting to about 20 to 35 below. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Nazir Spencer on 1017 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Right now. You can get them right now. We got an event right up, everything. You can visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoppels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary, yours truly, Home Blow, along with my girl, Bailey Coleman, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Venue 3, located right here in the 3rd Street Market Hall. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year. It is going to be going down as we celebrate some individuals and organizations that deserve to be recognized because they are definitely out here in the community doing great work. And they're not even asking for it, you know what I'm saying? They're just doing it.
Absolutely. So real quick, y'all, before y'all, when we're talking about Barada Properties and the lack of heat that they've had for an extended period now, and it appears to be, and then let me just say this real quick, sidebar. It looked like one of the maintenance men had a gun on his hip on the video.
Wow.
That was fixing on the generator. And I'm like, come on.
Wow.
That's doing too much. And I know you can do that and you have to protect yourself in these situations. But, you know, you're supposed to be working with tenants and stuff like that, and you walk around with that's intimidation right there. I'd be scared to call too.
Yeah.
But listen.
Yeah.
When you call DNS, y'all, they're gonna ask you for your name, your daytime phone number. All complaint names are kept confidential if you so request, but it's hard to keep a complaint confidential when you're talking about a unit. Now, if you just calling and saying the building as a whole, then your name is anonymous. So don't think there's going to be retaliation. And then there's ways that you are protected against retaliation. If a building owner tries to evict you or something right after that, they can't do that. There's a time period after you make your complaint that they can't do that. Even if you're on a month to month, they can't you're protected in those situations. And so don't be scared to call in. A lot of people don't know this. And so they're like, oh, I'm not going to call. He's going to get me because I got too many people here. He's going to evict me for this. He's going to find a way to evict me. Yeah, but you're protected. But you got to pay your rent. Make sure, even if in these situations, make sure you still pay your rent, because then you can pay your rent to the city with the thing called
rent withholding.
Rent withholding.
Yeah, with community advocates and other
absolutely.
places. Yeah.
Or you can do rent abatement where they take a portion of your rent off for the problems, and that's how it works. But y'all call, and you got to have the name of the landlord and all of this stuff. Of course, the address of the property, a full description of the problems, and the direct number to DNS is 286-2268. So get them a call. And if y'all are facing any issues during this cold streak where, you lose heat or you lose water or something, you shouldn't be wrapping yourself in 1,000 blankets. No, you have to, but put the pressure on that landlord to do this. And the city needs to have stronger, and this is one of my complaints with the city after working there for 26 years, as y'all know. The city needs to have stronger ways, and Alderwoman Charlene Moore was absolutely correct. The city needs to have stronger teeth when it comes to landlords. But because the landlord lobby is so strong and so powerful, every time the city tries, we used to try to do stuff and get like out-of-town landlords in a special list or people that own so many properties in a special list. It used to be like, if it was Barada properties, it used to be special enforcement, right? And what special enforcement would do was they would take a property owner that owned properties across multiple districts, because even building inspectors still have districts owned across multiple districts. So instead of this inspector dealing with them, this inspector dealing with the same person, this inspector's, and then it would be uniform, they would give them one inspector. This is your inspector. He's going to do all your properties. You own 300 properties. That is probably how many inspections, an inspector may do in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you this inspector, and that inspector will have 2 landlords like that, 2 or 3 landlords like that. And that's all he's doing is inspecting these properties. Back in the day when I started 26 years ago with the city of Milwaukee and with DNS, they had that. Landlord lobby came through, knocked that out the box.
Wow.
Said that was too much, right? And so now they couldn't do that. They've even got it now where they used to have special enforcement would go with the police. They don't even do that no more.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that has made it easier for these landlords to get away with things like this. And a lot of it comes from the state, where on the state level, like I said, the landlord lobby is so strong that they talk to the right people, get the right things, and they get stuff that we come up with in the city of Milwaukee is deemed to be, unconstitutional or something like that. They'll use some other excuses for it. And so we're not able to do, the enforcement we want to do because we have so many out-of-town landlords in Milwaukee because of the property prices. So many out-of-town landlords that... There was a property on 28th and Wright, I think it was Wright, but 28th Street, it was an older folks' home. It was, and Metcalf Park and I were dealing with it and stuff like that, where that property changed owners 2 or 3 times in a year.
Wow.
And so you're dealing with one owner, and then boom, now it's another owner. Boom, now it's another owner. And with each owner, you got to write those orders over again.
Wow.
And give them time to do it.
Wow.
So caught in the middle is the tenants.
Yeah.
Now they got 2 owners deep on these orders, and this stuff still ain't fixed. So I think the city of Milwaukee needs to have stronger enforcement when it comes to landlords.
Yeah. So how do we as citizens of the city of Milwaukee and in Milwaukee County, how do we fight back against these landlord lobbyists, as you're saying?
It's tough. You have to talk to your political leaders, talk to your legislative leaders, talk to your alderperson, talk to the people in the state that are up there working. You got to put pressure on people for them to fight against that.
Okay.
To not just succumb to, but it's a Republican-led state, and it's about that money, and they typically go with the landlords.
We got Al, got some conversation on the Barada property and the city handling these landlords. Al, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Hope you're staying warm. What's your truth?
Well, my truth is my heat is on 80. Do you feel because Barada is do you feel because they probably look at him as being somewhat white, he's able to get away with this? Because we know if he was serving white people like Glendale, Whitefish Bay, you think that stuff will be allowed to go on? Because I know back in the day, a lot of these building inspectors was getting paid up under the table because a lot of them act like they didn't see nothing. And even Ray Charles, who had 50-something kids, could see what was going on.
Mm-hmm. You ain't lying, and that's one. And Al, still on the line, and that's one of the reasons that's one of the the landlord lobby, and then that was one of the reasons that DNS stopped doing a specialized inspection was rumors of that, where they were you're dealing with this one inspector, and now you pay him off, and now you don't have to worry about nothing for the rest of that time that inspector has you. So Al, you ain't far off. Keep going though, brother.
And I think that's why we're having this issue. And I think also, too, that, we will have to, stay on these politicians and with these out-of-town landlords as well, because some of them was buying these houses and some of these apartment buildings in our neighborhoods for $12,000, but they didn't let y'all know that. So I just wanted to share that information. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Al. We got to get ready to take care of some bills, but crystal clear on the YouTube page. Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said there's nothing stopping the city leaders from implementing ordinances to regulate Barada and other bad landlords.
Stuff.
Yeah, and that's what
we've tried. It's been tried. And then the person also goes on to say, check their money.
Right.
People don't take money from Barada for that reason alone. A lot of the older people and elected officials don't even take money. They'll ask somebody first, hey, should I take this money? Mm-hmm. And I've had people ask me, and I'm like, no, I don't take that.
Okay.
Because when it hit the fan, it's going to hit you too.
That part. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We'll be black.
Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo! You just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes. Y'all just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation. Because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
More of Truth in the Morning is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, great, bitterly cold morning. Of course, just keeping you abreast with current temperatures. It is 12 below zero with a wind chill of 35 below zero. So, yeah, it's no joke. It is no joke. This is, yeah.
Again, if you are going through any type of issues with your heat or whatever it is, call 286-CITY, and they'll give you the number to DNS, or you can call DNS directly. I think I just said that number, 286-2268. That may be city as well, just the numbers given out. But call and don't sit in the cold.
That part.
Because, you know, some of our elders will do that. Cause they don't will. They don't want, and when I was a building inspector, I used to deal with that as well. And you deal with elderly people, and they're like, why didn't you call somebody? Well, I didn't want to be no trouble. It's not no trouble.
That part.
That's somebody's job.
Man.
They are essential services. They have to be there. We, as a DNS employee, we used to hate it, but we got to be there no matter what. And somebody's there, whether it's 10 feet of snow or an inch of snow, we there.
Yeah.
And somebody's there to take that call, and because that's essential services. And we're going to have to trek. It may take us 2 hours to get to office, but somebody's going to be there.
Right.
And that's why I always show respect to those essential services type workers, because I was one.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand essential days like today, where everybody else gets to work remotely or
Cheryl's at work.
Or not go in at all.
Cheryl's at work.
There you go. Essential service. They go to work.
Yep.
They there, no matter what. And
they give some of the other people off, but
shout out to those.
You know what I'm saying?
People that have to go in every day. But I say this to say, y'all, don't sit in this bitter cold, and don't sit in it and just go through it and suffer through it. You have rights as a tenant. As a tenant, you have rights, and you need to utilize those rights and make sure that those rights are exhausted by your political leaders. And if you don't get the answers you want, call them. When I worked for DNS, I was like, they do something called landlord training, and I was like, y'all need to do tenant training. And they, you know, after I left DNS, they started doing it. But I was like, that's something that's important, because a lot of tenants don't know the resources that are there for them and what they can do to protect themselves as tenant. There's rent withholding, there's rent abatement, just calling DNS, getting the orders done. They got landlords don't want to see DNS coming,
right?
Because that means they don't have the luxury to wait, and they got to do it then. And for Barada to be like, in this property, to go back to that, to be like, we ordered the part, we're waiting on it. That's not a. I wish somebody would tell me that.
Right.
As a building inspector, you ordered the part and you waiting on it. So, that there's a million different ways that you can get heat into this property.
That's right.
And that's not a sufficient answer. Oh, you ordered it, you waiting on it? Bet. Take this $300 fine. But you know, to Barada, that's nothing.
Right.
And that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, the fines we would have for property owners, we would try to make them more expensive for the property owner. But, you know, the state was like, no, they used to do something where they would monthly re-inspections, where they're going to go out there every month until you get your stuff right.
Right.
Now, I don't know if they still do it, but I think I heard that they cut that out, where every month we're going to go. And it was every month we're going to go, and then there was an escalating fee. So first month it was $300.
Okay.
And then the next month it was $500. Then the next month it was $600 or something. You know what I'm saying? It was escalating. I think they knocked that out. But that's the only way you get these landlords to do stuff, is to hit their pocket. And if you can't hit their pocket, that's what we're talking about with legislation. They're not letting us hit their pockets. So if you can't hit their pockets, it ain't doing nothing to them.
That's true. Crystal Clear on our YouTube page says some parts are on black order for over a year. He needs to go get a whole new heater installed. Like, real talk.
You got enough money. You talking about I need a new part. You making millions of dollars a month. Millions.
Use your plane to go get the parts.
You don't even need
for all your buildings.
Call Laster Plumbing.
That's right.
Call somebody and have them come put you in a whole new system. It'll be in by the end of the day.
That part.
It'll be in by the end of the day. The end of the workday, you'll have a whole new system for your building. Now you got to do is hook everything up.
That's right.
Now, it may cost you $20,000, $30,000. but you getting this money, and that's what I'm saying. There's no empathy for the people. It's only about the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And as a landlord myself and owning property, I understand that some things you, as a small landlord, some things you just can't fix.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I understand that, and I'm sympathetic to that in some cases, but not in this case.
Right.
This is Barada.
Yeah, absolutely. MKE has said, prime example, they are reducing the guardrails to lax legislation on protected lands for data centers, as they all have a long-hand black door business investment interest. Crystal Clear also said Barada should be forced out of Milwaukee. Every single one of his tenants should band together and stop paying him, start protesting in front of his nearly $3 million Mequon home. But again, we're talking about people that it's like, okay, where do we go?
You gonna put them in your house if they stop paying rent?
Right. You get what I'm saying?
So rocking a hard place.
Yep. There you go.
But now what I would do if I was somebody who was inspired enough to do this, and I was one of these tenants, I would organize these tenants, and I would give all of these tenants, I would call up DNS on all of these buildings. And I would look at all of the violations that they have on these buildings, because I know they all got violations on them. And I would organize the tenants and give them all rent withholding slips, give them all rent abatement slips, and I would go and collect them. And then I would take them in, and I would force DNS to deal with these tenants. And then now you're paying your rent to DNS, and now you're hitting Barada's bottom line. That's all. That's the only way you're gonna get some type of justice in these types of situations, because there's too many buildings where this is happening, and they're not getting the justice that they want for these properties. And we've been talking about this for years, right? All the hosts talk about it.
Yep.
You know, and I don't even know this dude. I don't know him personally. I know some of the people that work for him, and I know them personally, and I know they good people. But you can only do as much as your leadership allows you to do, right? And so that's what I would do if I was inspired as a tenant. I would organize these people, because that's how many properties he's gotten. But then again, how do you find out which properties? Well, just drive around. Just do the ones with the boulders.
Yep.
Just do the ones with the little canopies.
Wood canopy. Yep.
You know, I know it's different properties, but if you just start there, you'll make a dent enough that he have to listen.
Absolutely, and we have to start doing that. We definitely have to start doing it, because other than that, again, like when they sued him, and was that a state lawsuit when they sued Barada?
I think so.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but the pressure has to be there. But we got a lot of people, Dame, that again, I think it's the fear.
Yeah.
Some people may already have 2 or 3 evictions on their record, and you know what I'm saying? So they're like, well, nobody else rented to me, so I had to pay this $2,000 a month and do the first month and second month rent and security. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of these people and what they're asking for, but in this, it's a double-edged sword on that.
Yeah.
You know, some people have been burned so much by trying to say, okay, yes, okay, you have an eviction or you have a couple of evictions, but yeah, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Then their home or their apartment gets burned.
Yep.
So it's
I'm want to give you an opportunity here. You got eviction. So now you think, oh, they looked out for me. I can't rent no place else. But there's a reason why they're renting to you and you have these evictions because they don't want you to complain. They know you're They know you're not going to complain. So let me rent to this person.
Took away your voice.
I don't got to fix nothing because I know they got evictions. We know they got evictions, so they're not going to be sweating me about.
Because there's no way if I was that man. But it's going to be 4 months that I was in there.
4 months.
4 months.
But let me say this, y'all, as we close out. I would wish that maybe if our alders and if I was still in that position that I used to be in, I would try to, speak to someone and have it done with. They organize and find out all of the Barada properties in each one of their alder districts, contact those units, send mailings to them, have community meetings where these people can come forward and talk, and then organize what I was just talking about. Like, if you have these issues, here's some rent abatement, rent withholding stuff, and we can try to get this stuff done. And that's the only way it's going to change.
Hey, listen, shout out to the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance that I've been a part of for the whole 21 years. The dinner and dance tickets for the Daddy-Daughter Dance at the Baird Center are sold out. The dinner and the dance, but they still have 300 dance-only tickets.
Okay.
So you got 300. It's over a month away.
So you're not going to
So that means
you get the dance, though.
Yeah, so that means get those tickets so you can get to the dance part at least. Up next, The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, the award-winning Sherwin Hughes. Have a safe weekend. Stay warm. Love you, babes. We up out of here. Peace.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family